There's a technology that rewires human consciousness. It created Tony Robbins' empire. It powered Clinton's charisma. It gave Tiger Woods his mental edge. CIA studied it. Silicon Valley uses it. Most people have never heard of it. Here's how the elite hacked their own minds. In 1975, a mathematician named Richard Bandler made a terrifying discovery. Human consciousness operates like software. And just like software, it can be rewritten. He called it Neuro-Linguistic Programming. The results were so powerful, governments tried to suppress it.
When it comes to being more motivated, to being smarter, to making better decisions, changing your beliefs when they're not working for you, all of those things are learnable, changeable ways of controlling your own consciousness. And a lot of people think NLP is about manipulating other people, and that's not my shtick. That don't come from me. I'm teaching you to control your own mind so that it does what you want to, so that you can think on purpose.
Your brain has two fatal flaws. 1. The amygdala links ambition to anxiety. 2. The basal ganglia keeps you trapped in old patterns. This is why 97% of people never escape their current reality. But NLP exploits these same neural pathways to create the opposite effect. Tiger Woods doesn't feel pressure. While other golfers choke under stress, his brain automatically enters peak performance mode. This isn't natural talent. It's a technique called anchoring, and you can master it in 72 hours.
All I ever did with people was get them to solve the problem, to get beyond where they were, so that they could change the way they felt, so they could do new things. And the easiest route to that is to change the way you think. It is the most controllable thing. You can, through meditation, learn to control your heart rate. But boy, if you change the way you think, you can control just about everything in your life.
The anchoring protocol. Step 1. Recall your most powerful moment, promotion, victory, breakthrough. Step 2. Amplify every sensory detail, sounds, colors, physical sensations. Step 3. Create a physical trigger, touch thumb to finger. Step 4. Repeat 3 times daily for 21 days. Your brain will link the trigger to the state. Bill Clinton's legendary charisma wasn't genetics. It was weaponized psychology. Before every major speech, Clinton used 3 NLP influence patterns that bypass conscious resistance. A mirroring, instant unconscious rapport. Embedded commands, hidden persuasion triggers. Reframing, emotional state control.
Milton Erickson. He understood that you have both a conscious mind and a subconscious mind. And he knew the subconscious is more powerful. It's the part that makes your heart beat 100,000 times a day without having to think about it. And he began to notice something about human beings, that when human beings got together, if they got in rapport, a relationship of responsiveness, they became like each other in a variety of ways. What he called, they mirrored each other. To be more specific, write this down. People like people who are like themselves or who are like how they would like to be. If you want to be effective then, mirroring is so easy. We do it naturally, but here's the problem. Most people wait till they have enough words in common that then they put the voice in common and the body in common. But words are only 7%, they don't work all the time. Breathing's very powerful, one of the most powerful. If you breathe at the exact same pace as another person, you will feel what they are feeling, period. But for example, you get rapport just with the leg position and maybe the tone of voice, because physiology is 55% of communication.
Here's what's disturbing. Most people's internal dialogue runs on anxiety loops. What if I fail? I'm not ready. This won't work. Your subconscious treats these as commands. NLP reverses this by installing success-oriented thought patterns at the neural level. Tony Robbins was broke, 280 pounds, living in a studio apartment. Then he learned one NLP technique that rewired his identity. Within 5 years, he was worth $7 million. The technique? The Swish Pattern. Here's how it hijacks your self-image. The Swish Pattern, mental reprogramming. 1. Visualize yourself in your current stuck state. 2. Create a vivid image of your ideal self. 3. Mentally swish. Shrink the old image, expand the new one. 4. Repeat until the new image dominates. Your brain begins treating the new version as real.
And what a swish pattern is about is basically getting your mind and your emotions to move in a direction so you begin to feel differently and behave differently. So you make a picture in your mind of something you presently don't like, either something you're afraid of or maybe a behavior pattern of something you don't like. For example, for me, I made a picture in my mind of bringing my fingers up to my mouth to bite my fingernails, which I was doing all the time. So in my mind, I just closed my eyes and saw this picture of my bringing my hand up. Then what you do is you imagine in this big picture of what you don't want, you make a small little picture of what you do want.
Most self-improvement fails because it targets behavior. NLP targets identity. Don't try to build discipline. Become someone who takes action. Don't try to get confident. Become someone who assumes success. Identity change creates automatic behavior change.
Strongest force in the human personality is the need to remain consistent with how we define ourselves. What does that mean? We live in a world of so much uncertainty now because change happens how often? Constantly. Men's roles, women's roles, jobs, environments, businesses, bam, 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 it's all changing. So we have a need as human beings for certainty. We're not certain about relationships, businesses, time. We're not certain about a lot, but one thing at least we're certain about is I know who I am. If you don't know that, you freak out and you have what's called an identity crisis. We can't make any decisions, you're freaking out. So we all define ourselves subconsciously. So some people see themselves as being extraordinarily conservative. Are they gonna do something crazy? They're gonna know, hey, I'm not that kind of person. What kind of person? I don't know, but I'm not that kind of person. Isn't that true? If you think you're outrageous, you move differently, you talk differently, you do things differently. There's no one right or wrong, but most of us have trapped ourselves in an old identity. We've never updated who we are today.
The dark truth about human potential. Your current reality is just one possible program running in your consciousness. Most people never realize they can change the program. They live their entire lives running outdated mental software from childhood. Elite performers know something you don't. Consciousness is programmable. Emotions are controllable. Success patterns are installable. While others hope for change, they engineer it. While others rely on motivation, they redesign their neural architecture. Richard Bandler unlocked the source code of human excellence. Then he taught it to Tony Robbins, who taught it to millions. But most people still don't know this technology exists. Here's your advantage: you do. Your mind is the most sophisticated computer ever created, but you're running it with factory settings. Time to upgrade your mental operating system.